Anenaatmani pashyanti kechidatmanamatmana. Through meditation, one realizes the self, and others realize the self through the self alone. This is from the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. The last class, we had spoken about posture, asana, sitting down, and we have seen why one needs to sit down comfortably and straight. As we had mentioned, when you are sitting straight, the energies of your body flow without any hindrance. The moment the posture is incorrect or the posture is discomfortable, then the energies are kind of obstructed. You know, Sri Ramakrishna's disciples were asana siddhas, perfected in asana. There is one scripture that says if you can sit down for 3.5 hours perfectly still, you have perfected the asana. There are other scriptures that say it's 5 hours. If you can sit down for 5 hours without any movement, still, you have perfected the asana, the posture. I have seen people who could sit down for half the day, and I also saw people who could sit down the whole day. How is that possible? Is just physical strength? No, there is something else. There is something called a prana, and there is something called a mana. It's the willpower, not only of the body, of the life force, also of the mind. So today, we are going to speak about how to develop willpower. Now, I want you to do a simple exercise with me. Okay? Close your eyes, please. Now, visualize a jogger jogging from the left and coming in the center of your field of vision, your mind's eye. The jogger is jogging slowly. Visualize it, please. It's a forest in the background with the blue skies. There's a lawn in the front, and the jogger is slowly coming into the central field of your vision. Watch the jogger. Now stop. Stop the jogger. Freeze the frame. If you can do that, you have willpower, internal willpower. If you can't, then you need to develop this willpower. Open your eyes, please. You could use an airplane or a train or a car, anything. Stop whatever is running through your mind in its tracks. Freeze the frame, as they say. That is done to the power of will. If you can do that, it's easy. Meditation becomes easy. Generally, we are more accustomed to exerting our willpower on the external world. Even an athlete or sports person, they have tremendous will, tremendous stamina. We also have been used to exercising our will outside of ourselves through actions. But when it comes to meditation, you need to exercise that willpower internally. Now, how do you do it? Well, there is a method, of course. Before we can go in further, let me give you a background of something which is essential to be remembered. The whole earth is a magnet because of that molten iron down there beneath us. And it's because of that magnet that we can live on this earth. Otherwise, you would have been fried. There is a North Pole and the South, a magnetic North Pole and magnetic South Pole. And currents, as you know, magnets, the currents of the magnets flow between the South and the North. Now, in meditation, when you sit down, we are asked to face the North. I used to wonder, why North? Then, of course, I came across all this literature, and then I was told also, face the North, sit down and meditate. Why North? Right now, as we are sitting down, there is a huge, you can say, currents flowing. This is nothing but electromagnetism. This electromagnetism is the one of the fundamental forces of nature. Now, if they are flowing here, the nerves also are known to show polarity. Oh yes, you prod them and they show that there's a discharge. Neurons discharge chemical energy. Every cell in the body is a battery. The whole body is a battery. Now we want to change into a battery of will. Why isn't it performing like a will battery? It is performing like a battery, otherwise you would have been dead, of course. But there is a method for that. We know how we can magnetize iron rods. One is, you take another magnet and rub in a motion that, suppose there's a rod you want to magnetize. You rub it in one direction. And after some time, you will find that this rod, which was not magnetized, is now magnetized simply by the act of taking another magnet and rubbing across it. There's another method. You tie a rod on a string and leave it suspended. Slowly that rod will point to the north and the south. It will turn up according to the magnetic poles. If there are no other magnetic influences around, it will. And then what do? You take a hammer or you take something heavy and start hitting on one end that iron rod. And that tapping magnetizes the rod amazingly. There's another method. You take a copper wire and run it, roll it, wrap it around an iron rod, and then you run electricity, connect it to the battery and run electricity, and that electricity itself running through that copper wire will magnetize the rod. Now, this is a phenomena we are all aware of, every one of us. Things can get magnetized, they can drive. In our bodies also, since we already have a body that is electric, why isn't it functioning like a perfect battery of will? The reason is the electricity is dissipated. It's not collected, it's not harmonized, it's not made to move in a, you can say, up and down motion. Like you rub the magnetic, you can say, element on a rod in a motion, and that brings it. So similarly, the same thing can be done in our bodies also. Those with the tremendous willpower, they can, through their thought, make all the motions in the body move in a particular fashion, a circular fashion. But since it is difficult for the rest of us, we can use our breath to make all the, you can say, the ions or the electrons in the body move in a pattern, up and down. Your body then becomes a will, a battery of will. And this is done how? You breathe in, your breath, your lungs act on the heart, circulation. The heart acts on the brain, thought. And this thought runs down through all the nerves, through all the plexuses, and energizes it. So your breathing affects the circulation, circulation affects the thoughts affect the body, everything. So we go about by harmonizing our breath. This is the best and the easiest way to make your body into a battery of will. This is essential for any type of meditation. Many people find, why can't we meditate? Well, you need to exert a little willpower. Meditation is willpower. Let's try this first exercise once again. Okay? Please close your eyes. And now on the screen of your mind, watch that jogger once again. Coming down from the left side of your field of vision and jogging slowly to the center of your field of vision. Now freeze that jogger. Let go. Open your eyes, please. This is what happens in meditation. The actual process of meditation is you can freeze that object in your mind and it doesn't move. It will move only when you want it to. But generally, most of us, the jogger keeps on jogging until the jogger passes down our field of vision from the everything that comes. And when you are focused on the jogger, the other things which are also in the field, other thoughts, they are kind of held in abeyance. They are controlled. So when you exercise a willpower on a particular point or a position or an object, other thoughts, they do come, but they are become insignificant, irrelevant. We are concentrating on that particular object. And after some time, after developing this willpower, you will find that no other thought or emotion emerges when you are exercising that will. Now, when we want to make this body into a battery of will, yes, think of yourself as already possessing willpower. The only problem is you have not been able to harmonize this breath, which helps in making all the molecules of your body move in a particular fashion. Now, the general way is breathe in and breathe out. Many people, they try to expand their lungs or lift their shoulders. Don't do that. In this case, what you do is you have the navel here. In many Eastern medical traditions, ancient medical traditions, the nabhi, the navel, is actually your original mouth, because that's where you have been fed by your mother through this. So this is the first thing that you develop in a fetal concept in the womb. So this, and from here everything kind of starts and radiates and everything goes. So when we want to breathe, we just lift this navel up and contract it, expand and contract, and that will push the air out and pull the air in. So there is no effort except putting this navel in. And that means the diaphragm, the rib cage also expands. And when you exhale, pull your belly button inside, pull it behind. You can do that. See? And then push that belly button outside. Okay, this is so I want you now to close your eyes, please. Sit comfortably. And pull your belly button in. Push it out. Pull it in. Pull it out. Pull it in. Push it out. Pull it in. Push it out. Keep on doing it, please. Now stop inhaling, exhaling. Open your eyes. As we keep on doing it, we'll get a hang of it. What happens is, this affects your breathing, obviously. This also affects the circulation. The circulation affects the thought in the brain. And right down, all the plexuses ranging down from the spinal cord get energized, as it were. And that is the prana, or we would call simply chemical energies that's running through it. And from those nerves, those finer and finer movements are carried down to every part of the body. So all the molecules in the body, as it were, they go along with your inhalation and exhalation rhythm. And this is the development of willpower. You make your whole body into a battery of will. Do you need to constantly keep on? After a while of practicing this, you can control your will through your thought, which is actually perfectly, you can say, correlated to the mind and the energy and the body mechanisms. When you send an impulse in the mind, it runs down to your life energies, and that runs down to the body. Okay. Later on, you will not need to breathe in and breathe out. You can do it just with the thought, just mere thought will develop. So what you need to understand is, remember, you already have a power, and that needs to be harmonized, synchronized, made to flow into a rhythm. And that awakens the body and awakens the will. So this awakening comes through mere breathing in and breathing out. Remember not to use your nostrils to force your breath in and out. Your belly button itself is it. You pull in and push out. Pull in, push out. And as you keep on doing it, you will find your body in a state of, you can say, comfort, balance. You will not feel the weight of your body. There's a kind of a lift that is given by the life energies. When the life energies are flowing, there is a kind of lift, a buoyancy. You will feel light. Right now, when people sit down to meditate or something like that, they feel heavy. The body is, as it were, like, it's like a 1 ton, you can say, organism, and it's feeling so heavy. You are maybe 120 or 40 pounds, but you feel like an elephant sitting down. And then that weight pulls you down and makes you either this way or that way. Or when you sit down like this, what happens is your life energies itself will keep you comfortable and straight. They are moving down. Your body is now an effect of will. And once you develop this willpower, you can use it in all activities of life, in studies, in play, in recreation, in everything. The willpower. So, the other way of breathing also is, let's do it one more time, the regular inhalation and exhalation by pulling in the belly and pushing out the belly, please. This is one method. The other method is, do it like this, you know, like the two horns of a deer and the mouth of like in the mouth. Okay, this is how. Keep your thumb on one nostril, keep your two fingers like on the other nostrils. Now keep the thumb pressed on one nostril, keep this open, and breathe in through the left nostril, please. Take a long deep breath. Close the left nostril, open the right, and exhale. Now breathe in through the right nostril. Close it and open the left nostril and breathe out. This is one Nadi Shuddhi, purification of the nerves. Since it's my left is your right, of course. So you do it your left and your right. Okay. So this is, so you inhale through the left nostril. Okay. And immediately exhale through the right nostril. Now inhale through the right nostril. And exhale through the left nostril. The general advice is 5 times is, this is 1. 1, 2. So that 2 is actually 1. So you do 5 times. This is 1. Do it 5 times. Let's do it once again. All of us together. Place your thumb on your right nostril, these two fingers on the left nostril, like this. Okay. Now open your left nostril like this. Now breathe in through the left. Open your right nostril and exhale. Inhale through the right nostril and exhale through the left nostril. This is one Nadi Shuddhi. Now once again, while we are inhaling and exhaling, try to fill in your whole body with that breath. You can see there is a slight, you can say, rustling sound when I'm inhaling and exhaling. That is just to kind of give you a reference point. Generally, it has to be done noiselessly. Fill it as much as the whole body can hold the capacity. Do it one more time, please. Close your eyes and feel. You close your left nostril, right nostril, sorry. And now breathe in, left. Exhale through the right nostril. Breathe into the right nostril. And exhale through the left nostril. Keep on doing it 2 more times. So this is the process of purification of the nerves. And when your nerves are purified, when all the energies are running very smoothly within you in a flow, in a motion, you can hear the sound of that life energy inside. It's called, that's why it's called Nadi, Nada, the sound. You can hear the sound. And how is it heard? Like when you cup your ears, you can hear the sound. You will hear a bell-like sound when you cup your ears. Then you know that your nadis, the nerves, are purified. And the moment they're purified, all that energies flow in a motion, and you become a battery of will. This battery of will is essential for meditation. Okay, we'll stop here for before you can do 5 inhalation and exhalation, and then 5 in the morning and evening, if it is possible for those. Try to do it at least 1 time a day. Do it on an empty stomach. That is the only condition. And slowly, as you keep on practicing, we will see how we can develop willpower. We have become a battery. The whole world, the whole earth is a battery. It's an electromagnetic battery. Things are flowing, currents, electromagnetic currents are flowing over the everything. Fish and birds use these magnetic, you can say, radiation to move, to migrate thousands and thousands of miles. They can pick it up through the eyes or whatever. Now, if we can do that, use the Earth's magnetic fields as well as the body's magnetic field, nothing like that. You become a power for yourself, and you'll be doing good to the world. We'll stop here for now. We'll recap a little next Wednesday, and the next Wednesday's class will be stopping mental chatter. I think that is very important. That mental chatter drains your mental energies out. So we will see how to stop mental chatter. So we have done two classes, one on the posture and the other on making your body into a battery and developing that willpower. Both are linked. The third class also will be linked to the other classes. Okay, I leave some time now for questions. Yes.
As I do the repetitions, it becomes more difficult to become noiseless.
No, you don't need to then pull very hard. Do it gently. And if you have to do any mental repetition, use the word instead of one, two, three, four, five, or six, or whatever, use just Om, 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 or any sacred syllable. That helps further. That sacred syllable goes with your breath in. Okay. So you do it gently. I was doing it very forcefully. You don't need to do it forcefully. Do it gently and fill your whole body, as it were. Expand your rib cage and all these things.
It becomes difficult to do it gently. Like it wants to just breathe in a lot.
Then you practice it gently. You inhale gently and exhale gently. Don't retain the breath inside. Kumbhaka, we will take this up in future classes, but right now, holding the breath, Kumbhaka, is not advisable at this stage for beginners. So do it gently, do it slowly, do it with love. And slowly you will find your body is awakening. Yes, your body awakens. Every cell within us, there are trillions of cells, trillions. Imagine you have trillion cells of batteries. They have not been properly utilized. We can utilize it.
That's a question. I'm gonna
We can put
pass that on.
uh, the
Yes.
just a moment. I can't hear you. They are left. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's still muted.
No, she can speak now.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Her sounds, her sound's not coming.
Yeah.
The host is not allowing participants to unmute themselves.
No, it is.
That's what it
She's.
says.
Yeah. Yeah. You go ahead. Go ahead.
She's unmuted though.
Yeah. You go ahead.
Look at this.
She's already muted.
You unmute me also.
She's unmuted.
Okay.
That's not what it's saying. It's saying the host is not allowing.
Anyways, we'll talk later.
You tell me what's your question quickly.
It doesn't come. It's not coming. Her sound.
See there, unmute left.
This is your camera. It's not hers.
You
Hers is unmuted. This.
you unmute yourself.
She's already unmuted.
I can't hear you. Yeah, now you can.
No.
Just type in the question.
There.
Is there any other question?
There.
Yeah. So like I said, the next class will be on stopping mental chatter. Okay. And we will use a few, you can say, traditional methods of stilling the mind. Okay, what's the question, Andy?
Okay. Namaste Swamiji. Is there a necessity of doing asanas or shut karmas before sitting for meditation?
Actually, you see, I am going to teach you the meditation practices based on Vedanta Yoga. And that's Patanjali Yoga Sutra. I'm not going to teach you anything about Hatha Yoga. Now, these Hatha Yoga practices are, you can say, pervasive everywhere and it's time consuming. I want you to remember one thing: the very essence of all practice of asanas or shatkarma is pranayama. And the very essence of pranayama is meditation. I'm going to lead you directly to meditation. So if you want to practice the asanas and the shatkarmas, I'm not going to say no, but I'm going to teach you a method that's away from these asanas. And the only asana I want you to do and practice is sitting down in a lotus position. You know what happens is, if we sit down correctly, it shows a couple of things. It shows your health, how healthy you are. And if you're not healthy, you can improve your health through and just sitting down. Yeah, it's amazing. What happens is there is an automatic alignment of all these chakras, all these plexuses, and that is what it is. You know, we have this navel here, and then we have the solar plexus, and we have all these plexuses up. They are sometimes not aligned, and sometimes one left shoulder is right higher than right shoulder. Sometimes this is like this, and sometimes your fingers also, your hands also are not aligned properly. So just sitting down perfectly will align your body. Keep this straight. Keep your eyes also straight. Okay. That is the advantage of practicing just this asana, sukhasana. It will give you the benefits of practicing all the other asanas. So this is what I want to take you just down to spirituality, not just physical health. I want to take you down to your vital force level, your mental level, your intellectual level, intelligence level, and then a spiritual level. So it's going to be like a journey. If you have the time and the inclination to do all these external, these asanas will be external to the main practices that we will be going to. Okay?
Okay, there is another question. Uh, when we exhale, are we exhaling through the nostrils or through the mouth?
No, you use the nostrils only. Keep your mouth closed. You just use the nostrils because these nostrils are connected to the Ida and Pingala currents, which is the efferent and the afferent nerves, the bunches of nerves that are running down your spinal column. So your breath is connected to this. Don't keep your mouth open while practicing any breathing.
The question, when I cut my ears, I hear very low, constant hum.
Yeah, that's a natural sound of, you know, all those, you can say, the fires going around inside you according to Ayurveda, and the various sounds, like, you know. But when you close your ears after you have purified your nerves, you will hear a bell like sound. This will be different. It's not a humming sound, it will be a bell like sound. Then you know everything has become clear inside.
That's it.
That's it. Good. So we will see each other again next Wednesday,
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Pacific time, of course. And we are going to speak about how to stop mental chatter. we generally talk to ourselves. If there's no one around, we keep on talking to ourselves. And there are some people who are oblivious to the world around because they are talking to themselves. And sometimes you can see how they're talking, sometimes shouting to themselves. So that is a big stumbling block to meditation. We will take this up slowly. We can use a sound symbol or a mantra to control that constant chatter. Okay? And then you will find that you have plenty of mental energy. You have simply been wasting it. So now, with the development of the willpower, we are going to develop that mind power also. Thank you very much. See you again next time. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu